people, how you doing? You guys tuning in for the first time. My name is Sarah, or the Angela Aching, and this is my YouTube channel, and I talk about my channel is more or less advising people, encouraging people due to my story with surviving or rather overcoming anxiety and depression, and yeah, my spiritual awakening journey that was also part of the process, and I came out of it by the grace of God. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to tell my story. I'm going to encourage a soul out there that is going through whatever, and just to let you know that there's hope. So today I'm going to do things a little bit different in terms of doing a 5 series talk different videos on self-love. So this is the first video, or rather the first episode, and then there'll be more. I think like 4 or 5. Yeah, so I'll break it down because you'll know about my issue with the storage and whatever, so I really don't want to emphasize on that. But yeah, so if you know anyone who is going through depression, anxiety, please make sure you share the video, ask them to subscribe and watch this one, because this one is also mostly for them. Yeah, so self-love, and this one came to me as a rude awakening in my journey with anxiety. Okay, so when I started the self-healing process, because I wasn't financially okay and there was really no one I could talk to on what was really happening to me at that point, so I did not get professional help in terms of counseling. I did go to hospital, I think twice, when I got anxiety breakdowns, and yeah. So this is my story and this is it. So most people really don't understand the meaning of self-love, and I was one of them at some point. For me, I understood self-love as, dressing properly, having this good outfit, and maybe you're looking good, and yeah, you just feel like you're pretty, and like you're pretty, period. Taking myself out, yeah, so just enjoying life here and there in the name of I'm loving myself. And to my shock, it was not even, that was, I think, a tip of the iceberg in what self-love really meant. So self-love is more of the inner you than the outside you. Okay, self-love is not about what outside here is all about. No, the main self-love key is loving yourself inside. How do you love yourself inside? How do you set boundaries? For me, even before I get to the boundaries part, I used to be the type of person who would be quiet and not argue or leave alone argue. Argue is not that. I don't think arguing is healthy, but standing up for your truth, or standing up for yourself when you feel like at this point you're stepping on my toe. I wouldn't, just for the sake of peace. You get? I came to realize that is not self-love. Okay, it's not self-love, because you can't even stand up for yourself. So I came to understand self-love as like raising a whole child in me again. You get? I came to understand it's about Let me tell you something, and that's why I mentioned earlier, like this one is for the people who are going through depression, anxiety here and there. Let me tell you something, on whatever your depression is coming from, or whatever point you feel like no one is understanding you because you feel like you're going through something. At that moment, when you know this is the issue, this and this is happening, when you lack self-love, because that is one of the main reasons why you will be depressed, because someone else from outside will look at that issue like something really small, and the inner you, the childhood you, is really magnifying this thing as you, this is really bad. Have you ever seen a child acting up in a supermarket, acting up when they want something and throwing a tantrum? Inner child can do that to an adult, and you will not know how to express yourself. You will not want to understand this thing on another point of view, or look at it from another point of view, like it can have a solution. You see how this child sees this thing as a dead end? That's how this adult will see this thing as a dead end, and it has no solution, and we cannot look at it any other way. That's what the childhood you can do to you when you don't love you, when you don't focus on that inner child who needs that self-love when you're an adult, because self-love is also about loving that child in you. It's like really babying and pampering yourself in the inside. Like, you know what, sweetie? We are angry. And here, if this and this goes like this, I will end up doing this. And for the sake of not only this person who I'm going to whoop their ass, but for me, who's going to use up all this energy, I may break someone's leg, I may go to prison, I may be charged for that. You know what? I choose to walk away from this. I choose to be the bigger person and walk away, not for you, for me. You get? So self-love is also all about, now it comes to setting boundaries. Because if at some point I really never had boundaries at all, I didn't even know the meaning of boundaries. I didn't even know the meaning of boundaries. I used to think it's just like, when I came to understand the meaning and the true, like practical meaning of setting boundaries, I was shocked. I had none. I was like an open gate you see this, have you ever seen a compound with a gate and it doesn't have a wall? But there's a gate. Family standing, but there's no wall. There's nothing, no perimeter, no nothing. So I'm just accessible, but I have a gate, and assuming I have a gate. So with depression and anxiety, you come to realize that you need to really be kind to yourself. At some point, I wasn't kind to myself. I was harshly judging myself. Like, I've met this and this and this. I'm not being kind to myself at all. I'm always at a point where I'm very critical. Like, I fucked up. I messed up. It was not supposed to be done like that. I'm not even trying to tell myself, okay, sweetie, it's okay. You took a step by even thinking in the right direction. It's a step. You're okay. It's a step. It's progress. At least you're aware of this and this is an issue. It's a progress. There's some people who are not even aware of what's really happening to them. So that was part of self-love as well. Okay, coming to know that you're worth so much, like giving yourself all this sweet talk, positively affirming yourself like way you would affirm a child. Like, you know what, you're safe. You know what, you're worth it. You know what, this and this happened. You didn't deserve it, sweetie. It's okay. You can be angry about it. It's okay. You feel bad. You didn't deserve it. And even crying with myself at certain points of healing, I cried. And before, I wasn't allowing myself to cry. Because at some point, influential people in my life made me feel like, you're always crying. You're always crying. Like, look at you, so go ahead and cry then. And for me to feel strong and prove that, you know what, I won't keep on crying about things. So even when I was alone, I couldn't cry. But now I started crying. And when I understood that tears also heal, a part of self-healing, because, you know, it's like removing out that fluid in you that was stagnant. It cleanses. And again, it has salt. It's salty. Tears are salty. Anywhere salt is involved, there's cleansing and there's protection. So you're crying and God hears you cry. Okay, so self-love is not only about, it's not only about the outside part. I was supposed to take notes on points, not notes. I was supposed to do points, but me, I'm normally random like that, but I'm working on that. So again, self-love is also about how you really choose what to battle with, what to fight, what not to fight, what to put your energy into, what not to put your energy into. For me, I was at some point, back to the story of boundaries, I used to be this kind of person who is how form come at this person. Even if I was still doing what, I will drop everything like hot water and run. You get? Even though I had like a commitment, I kid you not, I was the person, I will drop that other commitment like hot charcoal and run to this other place where someone is really telling me, come, let's go party, come, let's go. And you know, at the end of the day, I didn't realize I was running away from myself. And you know, at that point when you're doing that, you're running away from yourself. And yourself gets really angry. Baby, you at one point will get really angry the way you keep on running away from yourself. Because now, again, you're ignoring that child. Because at 99.9% chance, very good chances, this person going through this depression, and at some point, you suffered neglection. At some point, especially emotional neglection. You weren't being given the emotional attachment you felt like you really needed as a child. And most of this, I'm probably talking about the black sheep of the family. You know, these kids who come in when probably a family is undergoing a certain shift. So people don't really have your time at that time. People, adults or people are busy. Genuinely, people are busy. But the baby you, at that point, you're a child. A child does not understand parent are busy. You know, they will suck it up, and the sucking it up starts from that point. And as you grow as an adult, this child still keeps on demanding for that attention, and you keep on sucking it up and running away from them. That's why most people can't even enjoy their own company. You can't just sit alone even for a little while and just go inside and, you know, ask yourself, how am I feeling today? You know, where am I energetically today? That's lacking self-love. And doing that is really self-loving yourself. Pampering yourself from the inside. You know, hi sweetie, how you doing today? Checking in on yourself. Checking in on yourself and being honest with yourself. Because you know how baby can be really let me tell you something about jealousy and envy that some people don't even know. They're jealous and envy at some points to other people or to themselves or to, you know. As a child can look at another child and say, Mommy, I want that car. Mommy, I want that doll. Children can embarrass you. And that is why even the Bible talks about jealousy and envy. Very, very keen about it because it might creep in even without you knowing. A child is normally there innocently. Mommy, I want so-and-so's doll. Oh, I want a doll like that one. They can be really possessive, really jealous, and that's how the childhood you can get. So if you don't control this little baby, have you ever seen those situations whereby someone is just, and let me give an example. Today, I met a lady who we had met another lady through her, a younger lady through her. And this lady was going through something. I think her mom had just a home, but she had done for me a certain service somewhere. So that's where I got to know her. I had to get to know her. Oh, girl. That's how I got to know her. So the second time, I think the third time I come to interact with this lady, she comes in and she's not in a good state. She's like, hi, and so when the colleagues came and told me like, hey, this chick has been going here and there, doing this and this, I really cried. And I told her, I stood up and I hugged her and I told her, don't do it. That path you want to take, don't go there. Don't fool yourself at any point thinking you have a right to be out in the streets. And in the streets, I mean, because I've been there, done that, and I'm saying this. At the bar every other time. At that joint every other time. Because you feel like you're justified because you're depressed. Because you're going through something. Let me tell you, that ground is always open like this. Waiting for such souls to swallow you up whole in the name of you're depressed. So I told this girl, you see this childhood soul I keep telling people about in my videos, it normally comes and can be like a dark side of you that if you don't control and if you keep on ignoring, I swear you will do something one day. And that's why you get people end up stabbing someone in the ass because of a very small issue, anger, and something that is not even worth being provoked, and you do such a thing and it will cost you. If you don't listen to your childhood, it will cost you, because that child doesn't play. And when this child wants, they want. And comes and builds up more like an ego side of you. Ye highly wikangi. This side of you is really, and it's always, if you come and sit down with it, you will find it's very meaningful, by the way. You will come to fall in love with it. Because it's trying to show you we deserve this. It's trying to show you we want this. It's trying to show you it's time for this, but you don't want to listen. So that's not really self-love. Self-love is all about loving that side of you. Loving that side of you. Understanding yourself. Understanding that, you know what? I can have a temper. Especially when this and this is triggered like this, and this comes and happens like this, I might respond in a way that is not cool. So now, me being the adult in me, I will set this boundary here so that this baby in me will be fine with this. Because now I'm honoring myself. Like, you know what? I won't allow you to feel like that again. And that is why even when you're healing yourself, they say in self-healing, self-forgiveness is key. First, you have to forgive yourself for even allowing yourself to feel such emotions. Especially now when you're depressed or when you feel like you have low self-esteem, you start apologizing to yourself. Honey, you know what? This is my body. It may be big like this. It may be having a big belly like this. But you know what? It's mine. And I'm really sorry. I didn't appreciate you even in your ugliness. Or even in your bulkiness. or even in the way your current state is, we can do something about it, fine, but we're acknowledging the you now. Start with even simple forms of gratitude to your own body. Like, you know what? I love you, my sweet legs. You can carry me as much as I'm this weight. You carry me through. I can walk. Some legs have not woken up walking today and they were walking yesterday. Someone got their legs amputated the other day, but I still got you. Now that's the kind of self-love I'm talking about. Then you start doing something to change what the current reality is. Once you accept your flaws, that's the first phase of this first session of my video. Accepting self is part of self-love. That's what self-love is all about. Okay, so in the next videos I'll let you know as it goes, because I really came in unprepared, by the way, but this is me. I think I love this random here and there. I think this will really get downloads directly, but I'll work on doing things a little bit more, because again, I had mentioned earlier, even through, before I end this video, even I battled procrastination for a while, and that's why these days I'm normally quick, like, you know what, I want to do this, I'm going to do this now, I won't carry it forward. And also these things bring such things as procrastination in adulthood, because you don't love yourself and you're afraid of making mistakes. Because as a child, the childhood you is afraid of, let's not pack up. You remember how we used to be told, if you do this and this and this. So let's just not go into things blindly. Okay, and there's normally power in going into things blindly, baby, at some point, especially when it comes to taking a move that doesn't involve the risk, but just taking initiative. Acting at the moment is also a blessing in disguise. So that's it for this video. I'm at 22 minutes. When I edit it, I think it'll be around 25. Yeah, so watch out for the next episode, and I'll be talking about now like key matters on self-love. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. If you're still there, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll be sharing also more of my personal stories, personal journey in the other videos, and how I came to love this lady you're seeing here. Yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I love you. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share the video, especially to people who are going through depression or anxiety. This series is for them. I love you guys. Mwah. Good night.